Namaskar, Sat Shri Akal to everyone. I am Indrajeet yet again with another video, and I'm sure by now you all must have subscribed my channel Powerful Promise. Today I'm going to talk about something really interesting. It is about a departure from an ordinary idea or a notion in order to create great emphasis. Yes, I'm sure by now you all must have guessed it right. I am going to discuss about the commonly used figures of speech. Talking about the first figure of speech, that is simile. Simile talks about comparison between two objects which are actually different but do have something in common. We introduce words like, so and as in sentences which has simile as a figure of speech. A couple of examples could be, the righteous shall flourish as the palm tree. Oh, my love is like a red rose. So here we have used, in these two sentences, we have used words like and as. So it is again comparison between two different things, but yes, they have certain qualities in common. So that is called simile. Let's talk about metaphor, which is quite similar to simile, but yes, again, it is a comparison, but it is an implied simile. Here we do not introduce words like, as, so or like. But yes, this is again a comparison between two unusual things. Some examples could be, the camel is the ship of the desert. Life is a dream. So we could have also said it, if it is a simile, that the camel is like the ship of the desert, or life is like a dream. Yes? But we are, instead of introducing these words like or as or so, we are directly putting the sentence without the usage of these words. But yes, again it is a comparison between two different things. Next is alliteration. Alliteration talks about repetition of the beginning sounds. Whenever we talk about these tongue twisters, which usually have the first letter same throughout the sentence, so that is a very good example of alliteration. For example, she sells seashells on the seashore. So here the letter S is repeated throughout the sentence. So whenever a single letter is repeated, that is alliteration. Similarly is repetition. Repetition talks about repeating the same word. This repetition of words is introduced in order to create some kind of rhythm or the emphasis of that particular idea. For example, a politician declared that we should fight in the forefront. We should fight for our rights. We should fight for 1,000 years. So the word fight is repeated in this particular sentence or in this particular idea thrice. So it is all talking about the word fight, and thus it is creating an emphasis. Now we've talked about repetition of letters and words in a sentence by discussing alliteration and repetition. Let's talk about something contrast now. Yes, we are going to discuss about antithesis. Antithesis talks about striking contrast of an idea or a notion in a single sentence. Just exactly the opposite, two opposite adjectives or two opposite qualities are used in this. For example, man proposes, God disposes. So proposes and disposes are two completely different ideas. The example could be, speech is silveren, but silence is golden. So speech and silence, these are two different things which are used in the same sentence, depicting the importance of both. To err is human, to forgive divine. So creating errors and forgiving those errors. So again, different things in contrast. Talking about another interesting figure of speech, I would like to discuss hyperbole. Hyperbole is a figure of speech which is considered to be an overstatement to create emphasis. Hyperbole. So this one is an overstatement which is made emphatic. For example, there's the smell of blood still. No perfumes of Arabia will sweeten this little hand. Okay, so just imagine that if we talk about it literally, if we go really into the meaning of it, so it talks that the smell of blood is still in the hands, and by no means any perfume can actually remove that smell or remove that sting. So practically this is not possible. Obviously once we wash our hands, the smell goes away. So, but this is talking about something very unrealistic. But yes, in English poetry, we do use all these kind of exaggerated things. Another example could be, I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not, with all their quantity of love, make up the sum. Oh wow, such a lovely statement. How romantic this is, isn't it? Okay, let me get back to more of the figures of speech and keep the romance behind. Personification. It talks about giving human qualities or human life to things which are either dead or are non-living, or maybe some kind of ideas. For example, the snowflakes danced, the frog crept in, the wind howled. Actually, these are all non-living things or maybe animals, and practically they are not capable of howling or dancing or creeping in. But yes, these qualities are given to them. So that is about personification. Next is euphemism. Euphemism is talking about a very disagreeable thing by an agreeable name. For example, he has fallen asleep. Instead of saying that he has died or he is no more, it is a better way of saying that he has fallen asleep. Yeah. And another example could be, you are telling me a fairy tale. Instead of saying you are a liar, this is all lies, this is all false, you can be decent enough and say this a similar sentence in kind of pacifying words. You are telling a fairy tale. Come on, tell me, how many of us watch movies? Or maybe presently everybody is so glued to these web series. I'm sure all of you love movies, either movies or web series. So what is the most important thing that we wait for? And you know, we have that nail-biting experience. Yes, you are right, I'm talking about climax. So climax is also a figure of speech. It is a ladder. It is an arrangement of a series of ideas in the ascending order. I'm sure we all have learned in mathematics about ascending order and descending order. So yes, these ideas, when they are in the ascending order, that is all about climax. Some of the examples could be, if you think it is bad, it gets worse. So here the idea is from bad, from a stage which is somewhere at a lower level, then it gets worse, it gets higher. Okay, then other example could be, from the frying pan into the fire. So frying pan, if you're in the frying pan, something is in the frying pan, it is still, the heat is still bearable, but just imagine it will worsen if it goes directly into the fire. So this could be some of the examples of climax. So imagine just the opposite of these could be an anticlimax. Yes, anticlimax is another figure of speech which is exactly the opposite of climax. It talks, which is in the descending order. So from the worst situation, it goes to bad. Yes, so there are many examples. Some of them I would like to share with you. I die, I faint, I fall. So actually the idea should have been I fell down and I fainted and then I died. So it is talking about exactly the opposite. So that is anticlimax. Another example could be the soldier fights for glory, a shilling a day. So a soldier is fighting for his army and he wants to win. But what is the actual reality? He's paid so less. So we are talking about glory, and in the same sentence we are talking about the salary of that soldier, which is just a shilling, very nominal amount. The last one which I would love to cover is onomatopoeia. It talks about the sounds which are used to describe a particular statement or maybe a particular idea. For example, whoosh, there was a gush of wind and everything got destroyed. So whoosh is the sound of the wind. Then we can talk meow, meow. The cat kept on mewing till it got some milk. So, again we are using some kind of sound, either animal sound or sound of a non-living thing. Bang! He shut the door. So, bang is another is another sound which is used in this particular sentence to denote that it was the action of closing the door really hard or shutting the door really hard. So I'm sure we have discussed about very interesting figures of speech, and do leave your comments in the comments section. It really helps me grow, and I'm sure you are finding all my videos very interesting and very informative. Do let me know about it. Till then, stay safe, enjoy yourself, have fun, and goodbye.